when I was at Terra, I made it a lot of Terrans, little creatures of the earth. And this is the leader of the Terran clan, Otis Zark. And this is the good wizard Delwyn. And Delwyn lives on planet Thray. And Thray is a really special planet. Beings come from all over the world to see Delwyn. And he tries to figure out how people can learn how to harmonize, how beings can learn how to harmonize. And this is a little space job that Johnny made that somehow or another Delwyn has managed to get that teleported to Earth. A while back, a whole lot of endangered species from other worlds came to Earth. And but the story really begins there with Delwyn and Otis, because you see, they said that they needed to help Earth because the humans were losing their magic. And that's true. Humans are losing that. When we left Terra, one of the endangered species from other worlds came with us. In fact, she really wanted to come, and Johnny went over to Terra and let her get out of the terrarium where she was living. He helped her come over here. And so Grandma Bogglewomp is here, and she's helping to bring back the magic. And she always has a lot to say. And she has lots of friends, lots of beans. And so that's kind of how Bogglewomp started. Johnny was already down here doing his artist thing, and he had his studio. And I knew that I wanted to be a maker again. And so I made a pottery and joined Johnny. And so since then, Johnny and I have become, what would you say, creative makers who enjoy making things. And through the years, Johnny and I have made lots of things, and they've come and gone. And Bogglewomp is kind of a place where there's no set rules. You can just let it all hang out, you know, as long as it's got heart. It's got to have heart. But that's not bad. It has a softness, doesn't it? Just plain white. I never did them just plain white. Doesn't really get me that much. Now that shows more. A lot of learning to do. Handle has to fit right. Johnny made that. We were we were doing little spirits, little foundlings. That's so much fun to do, is squish the clay up and see what it tells you it is. And that was one Johnny did. I like it. Little bottle vase that I made out of clay into a little gratitude. I've kind of, I guess the kids would say I've kind of gone gaga about gratitude, but I've got a 7-channel labyrinth, and when I started walking it several years ago, I thought, I don't want to just come in on anybody's story. Everybody's saying that this is what a labyrinth will do and whatever, and they all had their stories, and I thought, I just want to walk it and see how I feel, if I feel anything. And after I'd been walking for a while, the word gratitude started coming out, and I felt like that was significant. And so since then, I've been kind of into being more conscious of gratitude myself. And I was really happy after a few years that I'd been doing this. the actual psychological department. They had their big meeting someplace, and one of the guys there that was president for that year decided that they were going to do positive psychology. And so his whole year was devoted to, instead of having people just, talk about what's bad and what's happened, they're having the people talk about what's good and why life is worth living. And they've had a lot of success. And so that made me even more into this. So I make these gratitudes and give most of them away. Tell people that if they want to, they can give a little gratitude to someone else. And look at me, I've been talking so much I'm not paying attention. Got my little arms all screwed around. Gotta make scratches. Want that clay to stick together so its little arms. Yeah, some people say they look too much like someone praying, but that's just a word for being thankful, being glad. Yeah, it's all just words and stories. I kind of like my story, though, that if you give out a little gratitude, you get some back. Okay. Get a little Kelly slip on that. Be a glue. That's what happens when I talk too much. Press that down. A lot of the Indian people do this kind of thing for, peace be with you, namaste, namaste, whatever. It's just a feeling. We need good feelings out in the world. Yeah, maybe that'll do. Where's that other one? I keep thinking I'm going to have an easier system, but I haven't figured it completely out yet. They're always lopsided, but I guess that's just part of being handmade. But sometimes mine are really handmade. Just create a feeling. Needs a little place for its little hands. I don't think I've quite got the arms right there. Might have to add a little cuff or something. It always seems like it's in a state of becoming, always changing. Seeing a different way to do it that makes it better. Yeah, what's better? I guess just whatever I finally agree to and stop. I don't want it too messy, though.
Oh, that looks kind of good. I like the cuff.
The little cuff. That's
it's
kinda,
custom.
Yeah, a little custom.
This is
cuff.
a little special one.
You never know. It even hangs kind of These definitely have an oriental feeling to me. But I have an oriental feeling to me, too. Oh, I've forgotten I smoothed the cuff. Well, what about that? I've changed it now. Yeah, smooth the other one. That's the way it goes. Change. Okay, I didn't. There's a lot of little steps in the gratitude. A lot of little nerds. I'll come back a couple of times and clean on those. And an E, it's not too closed up. And I'd cross the T's. And I, and now. It's going to be a granny, and I'm going to give it to the library because they worked so hard in Elkins trying to make a nice library for years, and they got one now.
That's going to be a really big granny.
Well, not that big. She's just going to be
I
about.
think that's pretty big. She's almost life size.
Well, when she gets on the ground, she's little. Of course, they could put her on something else. I'm making her a pocket now because she's going to have a little critter in there reading a book.
Now here's the interesting thing about makers is when you visit them and then you go away for a little while and you come back and they've made more stuff. Like, look what just appeared. That creature is so cute.
That's going to be in Grandma's pocket.
That's right.